What's going on, guys? We're back with another video, of course. I really need to get a haircut. I just thought I'd mention that. But today we're kind of just going to be going into Helium 10 to find a product. Kind of what we went over last time was type of customer we want and the type of product we're looking for. Remember, we're not looking for a product that is a race to the bottom. So a product that is going to be worth our time. We want something that we could start a brand in. We want an enthusiast customer, a customer that's willing to spend more, not go into a market to look for a cheapest product. So it's usually a hobby or a need that they're trying to fill. That's what an enthusiast customer is. So today I'm kind of just going to be showing you guys how I find that. And from there, maybe we can find an opportunity for you. Super excited to show you guys kind of my strategy that I use to find a brand to sell on Amazon. So we're gonna go into good old Helium 10. So kind of what I like to do first off when I'm in Helium 10 is I always do keywords. I don't do products. I'm looking for a specific keyword that has a certain amount of searches. So when we go into search volume, I don't want to see anything below 3,000, so I'm just going to start there with 3,000. Max, we'll keep that there. I mean, typically the higher amount of search volume go up, the higher cost per click it will be for advertising. That's typically how it goes, but it depends. So for monthly revenue, I typically want like above a 40% margin. So I would do anything over 15 grand, so I'm at least profiting 5,000 after advertising, because if you're 40% margin, then you have a specific amount that you put into ads. So we'll do that. We'll put 15K in. We will go to the categories soon, but let me explain this part for you guys, pricing. A lot of people teach that you need to sell a higher price product or stay away from a price in the $20 range because you might not be profitable. There's a lot of niches where you can get your unit cost to $1 or $2 and sell that product for $25 and have a brand that can even be sold for more, or $30, because that's the benefit of branding, is you can set your own price. Obviously not a skyrocketed price, but something definitely in the market standard of high. So we're going to set it to $20, and then we're going to go to $40 as our range for price. And then for review count, I want to look for a market that's old and has old branding and hasn't had somebody come in yet. So when I think of old, I think of high amount of reviews. Actually, we're actually taught like low competition, so we need to have a max reviews of 500. It's like, no, those are new markets that are having demand come in that are only going to be saturated in a year or two from now. We want a market that's been stable, that's been selling well, that we can come in and have a better brand and have 2020 type branding and the best branding in the market to just completely destroy everybody, or at least just have a good piece of the pie. So what I like to do is I would set this even to minimum 900 reviews, just because we're looking for that older market that has been stable but doesn't have an actual brand in it. So you're gonna find that a lot of these are just like, they're all good reasons to it, and they will make it find our actual market based on these filters. So that's the great thing about Helium 10, is it's filters that help you find exactly what you're trying to find. So for categories, we're going to go with, so this is a great question of what exact categories do we actually need to do? And what I would suggest, so we're not just going to go into office products or home and kitchen. You can find enthusiast customers there. I think in a lot of different markets, there's either a problem to be solved, a very strong need where the customer's been to spend more, or it's a hobby. But we're going to go basic here, all right? Some pretty obvious ones. So health And health and household, I'd say, is a staple for sure, because you're looking at solving a health issue or people wanting to be healthier. So that's pretty obvious. I mean, that's a customer that's definitely willing to spend more. So very good idea on that end. And then we're gonna go patio, lawn, and garden, because gardening is such a great niche right now. I mean, you have a customer that has a hobby that they're passionate about, probably willing to spend more depending on the market. Some markets might have a customer that's excited about what they buy, but they really want the cheapest one. So you got to find, and the way to kind of find that is to figure out if there's a lot of posts online, like Reddit posts or YouTube posts about your market, because then the customer really is getting interested and wants to find out problems to it and is looking for the best high quality one, and not as much about price. So I went a little bit off track there, but hopefully that helps. Raccoon repellent, that's a pretty good idea. We'll open that. So what I like to do is I'll open a lot of different ideas, and then we'll kind of just go through 5 of them, and I'll tell you we'll narrow it down essentially. So I'm going to be right back because this is going to take a bit to find one. All right. I think I found something. It's an idea. This would require a lot more further research, but this is definitely an interesting market to me. One, because there's search volume, and when I scroll down, I see incredibly old branding. Very, very old branding. What I love to see is there's a competitor that's pricing higher and making the most orders. So that kind of tells me that you can price higher than others if you're a legit brand and sell very well. But this market is a bone meal fertilizer. If anybody knows about what that even is, just comment down below. I don't really know what that is, because I'm not really too much into gardening, but I do know that this is very important to gardening in general. And so when I scroll down here, I see the most basic branding. I mean, come on. Just horrible branding. And when I mean branding, we'll go over what that means again. We mean incredible packaging, not like a in the know type brand in. I mean, obviously there's one with 6,000 orders and 16,000 reviews, but that should tell you though, based on the price, that you definitely can come in at a high price and do well. I'm not really scared of high review competitors as long as they're not taking up a majority of the share of revenue. What I like to look for is a kind of market that has a spread in revenue. So let's check the revenue as kind of a step 2 to this market, but this market looks pretty good so far. So kind of going on what I said, here's a little secret for you guys too. Whenever you're looking for a market, you're going to see SP, 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 SPV. These are all sponsored product. They're kind of duplicates of the organic listing. So what I would do is I would eliminate these in your filters, as well as just another way you can do it is you could just click on the SPs individually and just delete them. So we're kind of eliminating repetitive revenue, they were just showing us duplicates. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to copy paste, because what you're gonna notice is some of these aren't even bone meal fertilizer, they're slightly different. So I want to make sure I know the total actual revenue in the market. So you see how we went from $1 million to 200,000. It's not that bad of a market in my eyes, but the only concern I have, and I talked about this a bit earlier, so we're kind of on the stage 2 of finding a market, is there's not enough spread of revenue. I would love to see it's good that we see somebody doing 40K, but we want to also see other people doing around 20 or 30. So there's a good spread of revenue, and there's not just one, like this bone burpee doing 806,000. That would make me kind of turned off by that. I would go back now and to square one. So it's a lot of step-by-steps to find a product. So like I said, I do a scan first to see if there looks like there's a brand dominating and answering what the customer needs. Number two, I will go into Helium 10 and see the spread of revenue. And then after that, I will do a deep dive into search volume, essentially, which I will show on our next video, of how to figure out the whole search volume of a market and know how big your actual market is. So that will be our next video for sure. I think I found another idea, and through this, we might not find something today, but we're gonna learn, and you guys are gonna learn a lot of kind of the process I go through in finding a brand. By the way, I currently do sell on Amazon. If any of you are wondering, I've done $500,000 in revenue over the last 4 years of selling. I'm currently in the transition from transitioning my product to brand. So trying to work on our packaging and everything right now, so we're in that process, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. So this market, what's interesting about this market is I don't even know what mealworms are. I guess they're for chickens. Also comment down below if you know this. Reason why I'm showing you this market is maybe not even one to sell in, but the fact that this brand has the only branding that's actually good and prices literally $10 to $20 higher than everybody else. So that doesn't tell you like how much branding makes an impact on what you can price, then come on, you know. My whole issue with Amazon for the longest time was the price war of always having to set my price lower, but that's a perfect example where I don't even know what these are, by the way, but this looks like a really interesting market. I mean, really crappy listings all around. Maybe you could have a cool little chicken as like covering your whole package, like really catching the customer's eye, and it's like facing directly at you. And have a really catchy name to it. But from what it looks like, this looks like a pretty good market, and I would definitely take more looks into this one. And it looks like the spread of revenue is also really good. So I'm going to take a deep dive into this one and see if it's a potential one for sure when we get off this call. So as you can see, mealworms has a ton of revenue. And what I love to see also is the spread of revenue, kind of what I was talking about. A lot of people are doing well off crappy branding. So why don't we just improve the product, have a better version, figure out what the customer is complaining about through reviews. You could do that through reviews and create an innovative solution, just a slightly more innovative, maybe 20% better, but your branding and your marketing kills it. Then it's not about pricing at $30. You can price at $50 to $60 easily. So an idea, obviously. There's a lot more to it than I would do than this, but thought I'd do it. Anyways, thank you for watching today. I appreciate you so much, guys. Comment down below if you watched it to here, and I will be posting every day or as much as I can. So appreciate you guys. Have a great day, and hopefully you learned something a lot about product research today, because it's very important and there's a new way to do it that a lot of people don't teach. Have a great day.